Good evening, sports fans. This is NFL 128, and I just want to touch on something hip hop related for just a brief moment. I'm in my early 40s, and for the last 30 years, I have been an avid supporter and a diehard fan of hip hop music and culture, MCing, DJing, b-boying, and graffiti. I done had a part in every element of hip hop with the exception of graffiti. I ain't never took no spray can in the middle of the night and went nowhere and tried to tag nothing up. But maybe I'll put that on my bucket list and get that out the way one day. But it's been extremely difficult to watch something that I care about uh, dissipate and not be what it used to be, even though that is a part of life. You know, nothing stays the same. Everything changes, including people and plants that you plant and everything. Nothing stays the same. But it's been extremely difficult to watch the powers that be take uh, something that black people in New York, poor black people took and created to give us all something that we could use and interject into our lives for something positive. You know, it's just difficult to watch it uh, uh, be taken and ripped apart and basically be made into now some big advertisement for death and drug use and misogyny. You know, and the reason I say that is because when hip hop started out, it wasn't about that. Nobody was rapping about killing anybody. Nobody was rapping about kicking anybody's ass. Nobody ever referred to women as bitches and hoes on records and stuff like that. They were treated with more respect in the music. So as a fan of hip hop and somebody who loves hip hop culture, you know, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed to see it end up where it ended up. But no one person is to blame for that. No one entity is to blame for that. There are a lot of different elements that causes something to go to shit, like hip hop did, and it's okay because it's not going anywhere. It's still going to be around. It's still going to continue to help families get out the ghetto and help guys get out the ghetto. And for that, that part of it will always be positive. But the one messed up thing about hip hop is how the media tries to flip the negativity back on the actual artist. You know, we all are smart enough to know that the record companies are the ones that decide what records come out. The record companies are the ones that really decide what content that the rappers are going to spit that they're going to put out. So at the end of the day, it's the white record company owners who are solely responsible for the stuff that hits the stores, that hits the streaming, and hits the airway. You know, our media likes to flip that around and turn it on the rappers and blame them for all the killing and negativity and stuff that's going on in the inner city, and we know that's not the truth. That's the politicians' job to make sure that our inner cities and our society is livable. Can't blame everything that's messed up with society on rappers. That's bullshit and unacceptable. And Chicago drill rap done made that kind of prevalent for media and people to try to do. They want to use drill to try to blame the rappers and try to blame the poor black people for their own problems, which is BS. If everything was going well in Chicago, if the public school system was doing okay, if there were more jobs and more programs for people to be able to take care of themselves, then the entire climate for a scene like drill rap wouldn't even exist because black people would be doing okay. Everybody be taking care of their family. Everybody be working and doing okay. So there'd be no need for rappers to be getting on records talking about kicking each other's ass and killing one another if the society was better. And it's the politician's job to make sure that our society is better. But anyway, I just want to, move on from that. But I just wanted to take some time to say, to continue to support hip hop and continue to support good music. And don't get caught up in the media trying to blame the actual rappers for everything negative that's going on in black inner cities and black society. It's not the rappers' fault. Everybody from a political and from a social standpoint understands why it is that black people are where we're at today. So I'm not going to turn this into a political video. I just want to touch on that for a brief moment and just let everybody know to keep supporting good and positive hip hop. If you don't understand what good and positive hip hop is, reach out to somebody older in your family or somebody that can point to you. Because there's a lot of artists and current artists today that are making good hip hop. Not everybody's rapping about gang banging and kicking somebody's ass, and that's real talk. I also want to say, as a native Milwaukeean and somebody who was born in Milwaukee, even though I was raised in other places, but I am a native of Milwaukee and born in Milwaukee. I also want to congratulate the Milwaukee Bucks on being in the NBA Finals for the first time in, close to 50 years, since 1974. Me, I'm not a Buck fan myself, having spent a good 14, 15 years of my life living in LA when I was younger. I was a Laker fan anyway, but I, became a diehard Laker fan when I actually moved to Los Angeles and I had the opportunity to watch Kobe and Shaq's run you know, for watch the entire run in its entirety. So I became a diehard Laker fan. But to all the people that have been diehard Buck fans for their entire lives and never wavered, never rooted for another team, I congratulate y'all, because I know this has to be, from a sports fan standpoint, one of the best times of your life, to be able to sit back and watch a team that you've rooted for your whole life, that's really in the last 40 years only sniffed getting to the finals one time, and that was in 2001. Congratulations to all Bucks fans and the fans that have stayed down with the Milwaukee Bucks their entire lives. Congratulations to all y'all for having this moment and being able to watch your beloved Bucks in the NBA Finals. And I also want to take this time out to say that last Thursday, I went to the Bucks watch party. Even though the game was in Phoenix, I went to Fiserv and watched the Bucks play the Phoenix Suns in the Bucks arena. There was 20,000 people outside the stadium and 9,000 people inside. 30,000 blacks, whites, and Hispanics congregating with one another, laughing, joking, having a good time. Not one reported shooting. Nobody got beat up. Nobody got their ass kicked. Everybody had a good time. It's just living proof that sports, can bring people together and allow people to be in the same environment, coexisting with no BS. Because everybody's on the same page and everybody showed up to a particular location to celebrate the same damn thing. That's what makes sports so special. That's what makes it so important. That even in a climate like our country is in right now, where every single time you turn on the television, every single time you turn on your phone, and every single time you turn on the radio, all you do is watch stuff that's delivering hate and pushing conflict and divide. But last Thursday in downtown Milwaukee, in the Deer District, in front of Fiserv Forum, you got 9,000 people inside the building and 20,000 people outside the building, and everybody's enjoying themselves and having a good time. And that's living proof to the utopia that our society could be if the powers that be allowed it to be that way. And I'm going to end it right there. Everybody have a great and safe weekend. Until next time.